Parshat Toldot 5783. יהי רצון הלימוד שבי לרפואת כל החולים, ובתוכם תני בת הודה מרגלית, יוסף יאיר בן אביב וחווה, הרב סיוון בן סימה, בתור כל שאר חולי ישראל. Parshat Toldot deals essentially with Yitzchak Avinu on the highest level. Right? It's the one parsha that we can find Yitzchak the most. And so we want to try through the parsha to understand Yitzchak a little bit better. So Yitzchak, the pasuk begins, Ve'ele toldot Yitzchak ben Avraham, Avraham olidet Yitzchak. That his descendant, his story, is that he's the son of Avraham. And if we look throughout the parsha, specifically in Perek Kavav, Vayi ra'av ba'aretz, milvad ha'ra'av harishon asher haya b'yimei Avraham. That they explain that the ra'av that we're speaking about with Yitzchak is also a ra'av that happened with Avraham. And they're emphasizing that his story is reoccurring, is continuing, and it's not different than Avraham. When he digs wells, he digs the wells of Avraham, and when he gives them names, he gives them names like the names of Avraham. And when Hashem helps him, it says, Ekev asher shama Avraham bekoli. And so we look and it seems very complicated that the main aspect of Yitzchak is that he wasn't active, rather he was just a follower of Avram Avinu. But I think if we look in the first letter of the Parsha, we can understand not what Yitzchak did. We know what he did. He did what Avram did. But I think the first letter of the Parsha could explain to us why. And so it starts with Ve Eile Toldot Yitzchak. It starts with the letter Vav. And we don't really know where the letter Vav needs to be there. Because usually when it says Eile Toldot, it says Eile Toldot Terach. It doesn't start with the letter Vav. But when it's dealing with Yitzchak, it adds that letter Vav. And so what is the first letter of Yitzchak's name? It's a Yud. And it's speaking about the laughter of his mother and of his father. It's something that is bigger and beyond him. But the first letter that describes his descendants is a Vav. And if we learn the letters of the Aleph Bet, the Vav is an extension of the Yud. And that Yitzchak's story was that it wasn't that by default he was following, it was by choice. He was choosing not to be Poel, but to be Nif'al. Not to be the actor, but to be acted upon, not out of force, but out of choice. He chose to be a listener. He chose to be a continuer. And I think when we live in our generation, we're all excited about being Yuds, being different, being beyond, being special, being unique, standing out. And Yitzchak says, when you stand out so much, you also could alienate people. You could also cause people to feel removed. Yitzchak says, I want to be able to show people that you could choose to be acted upon. You could choose for the Jewish nation to act on you, for Hashem to act on you, for Shabbat to act on you, to be someone that's willing to receive, someone that's willing to continue, someone that's aware of the fact that the real ability to build the future is not because you acted or because you did something new, but because you're able to internalize the things that have been done before you so that they could last for eternity.